Well, guys, the downside of taking a lot of trades in a day is now I face the consequences of my actions. I have to journal every single one of those trades. Once again, nothing wrong with what I did. It was within my framework to take a ton of break evens, but I will admit that last trade I took was not actually that good. But every other trade I liked. Actually, the first trade and the last trade I really didn't like. But the middle three, I think it was five trades total. The middle three, I really liked, and so we're gonna review all of those trades. So starting with the very first one, and I'm gonna get out Tradeovate just so I can remember where I took what. This is a really good learning experience because this is how you can identify like the executional mistakes in trading because I can't learn from I can't get better at execution by back testing. I can only do that by reviewing the trades I journaled. So we're gonna review all of these, and honestly, I don't really care that I lost money because I know that I'm gonna make it back. I'm a good trader. I don't really care, honestly. Um, there were obviously things that I did that were not perfect, and that's where we're gonna learn. So okay, so first things first, the first trade I took was once again this one was the one that was not my favorite. I also have not journaled yesterday's trade, so I'm gonna just put a little placeholder there for yesterday. I took one loss yesterday, and then all right, today lots and lots of break evens. So the first trade I took was essentially we have previous week's low right here, and I know that if we break previous week's low, that we're likely gonna just start dumping like crazy because it's a daily outside bar, it's a 2 hour outside bar, and I know that this previous week's low, if we can just get underneath it, we were just gonna start liquidating like crazy. So that's what I wanted to see. With that in mind, I was looking at a very logical area, this new week opening gap, and I wanted to see us just reject this and then just continue and slice through previous week's low. So this is what I was looking at. Very logical place to look at. So the new week opening gap there, and then very logically, right? I wanted to see us essentially go lower off of this. So we ended up getting a 1 minute change in state, and I really actually didn't mind it. I think, we had internal and external sweep, outside bar at the highs, and so I was not opposed to this trade at all. It was initially I wasn't. It was 1 minute change in state right here. 1 minute change in state closure right here. And it was right here. It's a little strange of a change in state, and which is why I don't love the trade actually that much. But we closed underneath it. I was like, cool. Previous week's low. I was like, let's just see if we start running. Once again, new week opening gap here. We filled it. We swept out this high. Bang. And then close beneath this, put stop loss just reasonably above it because I don't know, This just seemed like a great place, and well, finally, after chopping around here for so long, eventually I went break even. But I was using this as projections, and two projections was really nicely right at previous week's low, and then four projections was going to be nice if we could keep going. And I think it was just with one con. This is all with one con. And then I would have gone four projections, which would have been a very nice TP. And this would have been 3R if this hit. I don't mind it. Oh, I did this wrong. This is supposed to be blue. So if it's ever blue, what that means is I'm TPing with stop loss usually is what it means. And then the TP was going to be right here. Probably. And I just knew if we could break this, we were going to start just going crazy. I mean, what kind of lows did we have over here? Pretty sure we had like, yeah, just a massive consolidation. I just could tell we were just gonna, if we were gonna go lower, we were just gonna cut right through. So I think we had an S&T with some high or something. But honestly, not the greatest trade I've ever taken. I don't even think there's S&T. Was there? There was S&T. There was with this high. And hey, what up? Just reviewing the trades I took. For everyone who's saying I was going crazy and gambling, like, no, it's within my rules to do what I did. It's very much within my rules to do what I did. I really wanted to see previous week's low break. That's just reality of what I was trying to do. I was trying to really see previous week's low break because I knew I could TP with stop loss and catch a much bigger move. So here was the trade, right? A 1 minute change in state off the end dog, and I entered on the close, and I just put stop loss past this candle because why would we come back up and then go all the way back down? It didn't make sense to put it anywhere higher. Like a lot of people would put it at swing high. I just would not here because it didn't make sense to me. Then eventually, I could just tell like we just had to go lower right here, so I just went break even, and we did not go lower. So okay, what is there to learn with this trade, right? Because you don't have clear bias. I'm not trading right now. I'm reviewing I'm journaling, right? So boom. Boom. It would have been better. I mean, it's just I don't know. I just don't think it's good enough. I just don't think it's good enough. I think it was kind of forced. I wanted to get in on the move, and I just took a trade that was not actually a great trade, but I was more or less just trying to get in on the move, and because of that, I really actually don't think this was that great. Sometimes you'll have situations like this. You didn't know what you were looking for last live. Yeah, I did. I knew exactly what I wanted to see. I wanted to see previous week's low break. Okay, so alright, time to start making some notes. So I I wanted to see previous week's low break. I was I knew if it could break, we would likely start accelerating lower. But that doesn't mean that doesn't what's the word? That doesn't mean I can take whatever trade I want to get in towards previous week's low. The trade still needs to be good and have good signature. Because of this, I give this post-trade disapproval because reality is I was just trying to get an entry towards previous week's low when in reality this trade didn't have the greatest signature to it. Does that make sense? Like, I just feel like it was like almost like there it wasn't there. I was more or less just trying to get in towards previous week's low. So I'll give this post trade disapproval. This would have been anywhere from 1 to 3R. Probably would have been 3R if it had went lower. To be fair, I see an alternate reality where we just kept going. I think it makes a little bit of sense, but it's okay. I think it was a little forced. There are better trades than this. Well, I don't know. I almost want to give it post-trade approval because it's not terrible. I don't know. It was probably a little forced. New week opening gap aligned with a 1 minute change in state. This was at 10:13. March 20th. 2026. 420. I trade the highs and lows in the market. I trade liquidity. Okay. Three 2026 Friday. And this was 10:13 shadow model, new week opening gap aligned with 1 minute. I took this live. Okay, next one. Man, if I took any of these outside bars, would have been good. Dang, bro. So many trades that worked that I did not take, unfortunately. I just didn't see them. It's hard. You're never going to be perfect. You're never going to be perfect. I want to see if there was absorption at these outside bars. Both of these outside bar trades would be good scalps, honestly. Just as scalps. You don't need to take anything further. You said, remember I said the volume is gone? Yeah, bro. Once again, if we could have taken previous week's low, we would have accelerated. So, okay, let's move on to the next trade, which was $8.52. Oh yeah, so this one was good. So this one, same thing, except we had S&T with this high. And we'd swept out this high. My English is weak. Yeah. Bro, I know how to trade. I'm not, like, I understand, like, but reality is I have to trust myself at the end of the day, and I'm going to trust myself every single time. No one else is going to click that buy or sell button for me, so I'm always going to trust myself. Once again, previous week's low here. This inverse right here. So I knew that if we inversed this, that we would likely, this was really good, that we were very possibly going to go lower. I feel like it's just, honestly, not the greatest conditions today. Once, by the time we came down. Like, if this was a normal day, this probably would have played out. Well, actually, I probably should have just taken profit there. So I went like this, stop loss here. Man, I wouldn't even probably stop loss there. This was a crazy wide stop loss. And let's actually just do a 15-second view, because it's just kind of easier to look at it that way. Almost was break even. This trade had so much displacement. I think it'd be better to not have stop loss up here. Actually, just put stop loss above there. So equal bodies, S&T with ES. So, okay. I know exactly how I would take this better. I know this one was a good trade. And honestly, I'd maybe even take it again. This one, if you are a beginner, then try to catch big time frame moves. I'm not a beginner. Okay. So, wasn't there S&T there? Or was it S&T here? Ah, it was S&T here. Bro, why are you trying to, like, educate me? Like, I don't know, like, bro, I traded fine. Only took one loss. I could have executed better. There were plenty of trades that should have hit TP. So, bearish S&T with ES. I thought there was S&T with this high. Was with this high. That's right. Why is it funny? Is it really that funny? I don't know, bro. I don't think it's that funny. But okay. If you say so. So I know exactly how I would have fixed this trade. I know exactly. So once again, 2 minute inverse, great close, delivering from the new week opening gap. I did not need a wide stop loss on this one. With this one, with this inversion, my stop loss does not need to be a few points more than the inversion for value gap. I have my stop loss all the way up here. This inversion for value gap, the high of it is right here. I don't need to have my stop loss. I had stop loss all the way up here. This trade would have been fine to just have stop loss. Literally, like, let me measure out points here. I only needed my stop loss probably above, probably at this high. That's as much as I needed. That's 10 points. 10 points above the inversion for value gap. So here's the 2 minute getting inversed, right? If you knew that, it's probably a psychology problem. What? If I knew what? No. I have strict rules. I followed my rules completely today. So I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Okay. So see, maybe we measure it out like this. No, I think we do it like this. It looks like you're doing the opposite of what others teach. Good. And I'm proud of that. Why would I do what everyone else is doing? If 95% of people are unprofitable, why would I do what other people are doing? Like, come on, that's what? Okay, so yeah, exactly like this. Bearish S&T. We have high time frame accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Low time frame accumulation, manipulation, rejection block being used, and then well, distribution. Right. So honestly, the low of this accumulation is where we would target. Bro, once again, I did nothing wrong today. I followed my rules, did everything exactly as I was supposed to. So, if I could redo this, this is how I'd take this. Where 2 minute inverse is here. Honestly, you could have stop loss there. Bang. This would be more of a scalp type of trade. And what you would do is, here's the TP, right? TP, but you would do TP with stop loss. And then you would get stopped out like that. This is exactly how I would take this if I could redo it. And then I'd put the TP with stop loss, probably at the midpoint of here. And then it would have got stopped me out right there. And then if it kept going, then I would have targeted previous week's low, and then I would have done the same thing with previous week's low, and trailed the stop exactly the same. What's wrong with your psychology? Yeah, they're mostly live streams. So you started 2 years ago? Started trading 2.5 years ago. So yeah, if I could redo this, I'd go like this. If you really wanted to be aggressive, you could go even like that. Let's just not overcomplicate it, because I don't know how else to explain. It's gonna be too hard to explain. This is just the simple way to describe it. So I just go like this and then break even at this low. Bro, you gotta lock in. You gotta lock in. Okay, so this is the way I should have taken it, and I would have TP'd with stop loss here. But it's hard. I started a few months ago, already in the depression stage. I hope next stage isn't homelessness, bro. You can't treat it like it's like you need it to survive. You're never gonna make it if you have the viewpoint of it like that. Treat it as something you're continuously working on, but like not like it's gonna make you a billionaire overnight. If you start treating it like you need it, you're gonna trade worse. So this is the ideal way. I would have taken it 1052 inversion for value gap on the 2-minute, and this is the ideal way. Right, and then the way that I took it was, well, I took it something like this. Let me go back. Stop loss was all the way up here. I was targeting down here. And you know what? It's okay. What's going on? You okay, bro? Alright. So, bang. $10.52 inversion for value gap, 2-minute live. Let me make some notes about this one. So this one was a good trade. This one was a good trade. Just a regular inversion. Oh, you could maybe consider it shadow model. I'm just gonna consider it an inversion. And this was on the 2-minute. This trade was a good trade, but it was better to take this as a scalp with TP with stop loss due to consolidation type conditions. Will you sell course if you don't make it? Well, I'm gonna make it, but no, I'm not. I won't sell anything if I'm not profitable. Okay, this one post trade approval and take again, and would have been 1.8 R if it hit. I liked this one. And I already took notes on it, and let's bring this down. Ooh, the airplane controls. What? What are you saying, bro? Okay, this inverse tier. Low-key, I did overtrade a little bit. This was more of a day for low time frame scalps. I don't want to look at this one right now. I want to look at the Dynamis one. So let's skip ahead. 1, 2, skip a few. We're skipping ahead to Dynamis. The Dynamis trade was so sick. That one I should have hit 3R at least. I just messed it up. Man. My first Dynamis in a long time too. Haven't taken Dynamis in a long time. It was a good trade. Where is it? Dude, have I ever even taken Dynamis? What? It's been forever. Bro, I don't even have Dynamis in here. Ah, there it is. Hello. It's been a long time. When was the last time I took Dynamis? What the? It's been over 7 months. Crazy how everything you learn compounds. Like, I started first studying the propulsion block changes state of delivery trade, which I refer to as Dynamis, like 7 months ago. And now it's the first time I've taken it since then, apparently. It's crazy. What up, Javier? So, okay. Let's review this Dynamis trade. I'm skipping ahead because I really don't want to look at the, what's it called? I'm skipping ahead because I will look at the other one, but I just don't want to look at it right now. So, new week opening gap gets filled here. And the most beautiful part about this trade is, if I remember correctly, so once again, all this is high resistant. Do you see how this is a high resistant liquidity trend line? You hope you didn't bring bad luck to me trading today? No, bro, you're fine. No one brings bad luck anywhere. It's all good. It's all in your head. Bro, so this is a trend line of high resistant liquidity, right? And bang, I had this marked out. Y'all can go watch the stream. I had this marked out. And then I think we had an SMT against this high. Yeah, check this out. So this trade, my favorite trade of the day by far. I'm so happy I took it. But the reality is I messed up the execution, and that's why we're journaling here today. Right? Because if I refine this execution, next time I take this trade, it's going to be 5R, I think. If I refine this execution. Check this out. So, we had SMT with... Let's check ES. I think there was SMT with ES with this high. With this high. Let me check. Yeah, so this was amazing. SMT with ES with this high resistant liquidity. Okay, and then check out this. Let's ignore this because I don't really care about that. high resistant liquidity, SMT with ES. Do you see what I'm looking at right here? And then we had a order block, which is this candle here. This candle is an order block. This candle's a propulsion block. So OB, honestly, I don't care about this new week opening gap. Or do I? Maybe I'll keep it up for just a second longer in case it's useful. So what's high resistant liquidity? It's basically the market's gonna, well, this is my definition. This is not, it's probably the same as the ICT's definition, but basically, you know how like low resistant liquidity is lower highs, right? All low resistant liquidity is a high and then a lower high, and then a lower high, then a lower high, and then later on, right, we come and cut through all of them and it's low resistance. You see that? That's low resistant liquidity. High resistant liquidity is we come make every time it's while the low resistant liquidity is generating, we trade against this liquidity curve. We trade against it to the downside. That's how I see high resistant liquidity. Is you have a liquidity curve, but you know it's not going to break yet, and so you trade against it back down. Versus low resistant liquidity, we know it's going to break, and we trade up against it. So that's what high resistant, in my definition of it is. It's a little different than ICT's, but I don't really care. OB, and then PB, right? We can actually mark this out using the bodies. It's probably a little better. Yeah, of course. So basically, like, a lot of people are gonna be like, oh wow, it's low resistant, it's gonna break, and it's reverse. It's using reverse psychology on them because they think it's low resistant, but we know that there's SMT here and that it's a propulsion block and that it's probably actually not going to break yet, right? So I wonder if we should mark it out like the whole candle, or let's see what's better. Yeah, maybe let's just mark out the whole candle. So OB, PB, and then what did I do? When I saw this, when I saw high resistant conditions with an order block and a propulsion block, what did I do? This was my favorite trade of the day. This was so perfect. I'm so proud of myself for spotting this because it's the first time I've spotted one in a long time. It's like an internal liquidity sweep with higher probability. Cool. Yeah. It's like you're trading against the people who think this is low resistance. So we had the propulsion block. We actually come up, tap the midpoint. Now I know a lot of time I like to see 0.25 hit, but midpoint works as well. Yeah, of course, bro. You do. So boom, boom. A lot of time I like to see 0.25, but in this case 0.5 worked fine. Actually, let's gradient this whole entire propulsion block actually. Boom. Boom. And I don't want the new week opening gap right now. Get out of here. Go away. You're not needed right now. So 0.25. And guys, I saw this live. I'm so proud of myself for seeing this live. This is something I haven't seen live in a long time. And it's like, finally, I saw one. I just messed up the execution. 0.75, right? So we have an order block, a propulsion block, SMT into it. So now I'm expecting this to be high resistant. Have this gradiented. Have the gradient on it. Hey, we love the emojis. Let's go. And once again, I took this live. So proud of myself. Just messed up the execution. So it's a 30-second propulsion block. So the thing about aligning time frames is I used to think it was an exact science. Honestly, it's not exactly an exact science. It's just based off of what is like 100. What is the obvious one where it's completely obvious that it's aligned? In this case, it was 30-second aligned with the 15-second. When we got this 15-second closure, now there might have been one on the 5-second, but when we got this 15-second closure, I was sure that this was gonna be the closure that took us lower. So, boom, 15-second closure, right off the 30-second propulsion block, and bang, bang. You might want to. You could mark it out either with this one, or you can mark it out with this one. Also, note how we use the rejection block, which is Phoenix model, right? So I'd mark it out like this. Actually, like this. Bang. So, high resistant liquidity into this propulsion block. Bang. Okay. Now what? Now I enter. And I entered with a super safe amount of cons. Like ridiculously safe. Like I entered with 2 cons, which is like half risk. This was like half risk for me. If I'd entered with 3 cons, like I should have, right? If I'd entered with 3 cons like I should have, then I actually would have been up like an insane amount. But I went super light. I went half risk just because I knew that it is a super advanced trade and I didn't want to screw it up. And so anyway, project out this candle because this candle is the change in state of delivery, right? Project this out. And actually, we might want to go to a 5-second here. I think we do. It might have been better to align this with the 5-second. And look at that 5-second change in state, by the way. That one was even better. But the 15-second was pretty clear. 15-second closed. Oh, yeah, this is how I wanted to measure it. I actually want to measure it from the green body to the red body. So like this. The way you want to measure it is always basically going to be the tightest way you can measure it. That's the way you really want to measure it, is the tightest way. So like this. Stop loss would really go here. And then we go 4 projections. And maybe I messed this up, but I'm pretty sure we went 7 projections. Did I mess this up? Yes, I did. See, check this out. If I measured it correctly, then we should go 7 projections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tapped. You see that? I measured it out right. We go 7 projections. When I don't measure it out right, we don't go 7 projections. Why does it make sense after? Why it always makes sense after you're done trading? Because I'm explaining it to you what I was thinking. It's hard because this is all 15-second time frame, right? I can't explain this whole entire thing on the 15-second time frame as these 15-second candles are forming. It's like not possible, right? But I can think it. I can think it while it's happening, right? Now, perfectly we hit 7 projections. Isn't that crazy? We hit 7 projections. If you really wanted to be aggressive, you could go in like that. And then now you really are probably going to hit a 7R. But once again, I'd go stop loss there every time. And realistically, this is how I should have taken it, right? I should have gone TP1 at 4 projections. TP2 at 7 projections. Or actually, since this is a gap, I would take profit at this volume imbalance. Or no, I would take profit at this low. Because let's be so for real, this is a giant gap. I don't need to go through this gap. I just take profit at 4 projections right here. You don't have to trade small time frame. It's just my style, right? Well, it's not necessarily my style. I like high time frames as well, but in these conditions, you're not going to see high time frame trades. You're going to see low time frame trades. So 4 projections, and then I would have taken TP2 at this low. I think that's probably how I should have taken this. Or I should have done them all off at 4 projections. I'm not exactly sure, but either way, it's fine. And well, actually, I would have liked to trail, so I don't know. We could have kept going lower. It's all good. But point is, I'm glad I saw this because this was a good trade. Bang, bang. And then break even at this low. And you can see the stream, I did that right away. So yeah, if I could redo this, it would look something like this. Break even, TP1, and then realistically, I would trail and get trailed out. But let's just say I didn't, and I took profit at 7 projections, then or even at this low, then it'd be look like this. Could you imagine I took this? People would be like, "How did you know to take profit there?" Or I'm like, "I've backtested this a billion times. I know a thing or two." So yeah, like this. If I could redo this trade, guys, this is how it would look. And yeah. And obviously, there's a good chance I would have trailed, but you know what? It's okay. So once again, this is the ideal version of the trade that I took. It's hard to be perfect. Bang. That is such a nice trade. And then you can see how meme threshold gets hit really nicely. And how we use the rejection block, which is Phoenix model. Alright. And once again, good chance I would have tried to trail and then maybe would have trailed out, but it's all good. $11, $16, $15 Dynamis. Took it live. Uh, 30-second propulsion block aligned with the 15-second. And then, oh, I forgot the most important part. The part that gave me the most conviction is the whale. We had a massive whale sell into this move higher. This was the part that gave me the most conviction. Is we had this whale sell or buy 44 cons, pushing up into this price leg here, and I knew that was gonna be a really nice confluence for this being high resistant. Or I meant buy. I meant whale bought. But I was really hoping we were going to continue and break previous week's low is the thing, so sucks. Very hard trading day, honestly. I tried. I tried my best. I'll be back on Monday. Dynamis, 30-second, 15-second. This is the ideal version. Okay, so how did I actually end up taking this? Well, I ended up taking it where I was trying to target previous week's low. GG. Yeah, I ended up taking this where I was trying to target previous week's low, which it makes a lot of sense, right? This is accumulation, high resistant liquidity. This could have been a huge trade for me, like huge. All markets moved around liquidity, so this could have been a huge trade for me, right? And you know what? It's okay. It is genuinely okay. Like, seriously. This could have played out, and then I would have been up. It says 7R. Yeah, because I was only really risking up to here. So this would have been 7R. And if you measure it out like this, then it kind of is 7R a little bit. So you can see the logic behind it. Once again, using that whale as confluence, we're ready to like get in on this Dynamis short here. I could have gotten a good trade on gold, but oh man, dang it. Yeah, no real regrets on this one. I think this was my best trade today. I think this was my best trade. It's hard to execute these perfectly, but it's all good. You can check gold right now. I gotta finish journaling, bro. So 11, 16, 15 Dynamis 30-second aligned with the 15-second. Took this live. Okay. So many break-even trades, it was ridiculous. Then eventually I took a really bad trade and got stopped out. And that's kind of the nature of like if you keep trading after too many break evens, you're gonna end up doing something that's probably not so good. Not to mention the new week opening gap getting filled perfectly, like genuinely, so many confluences here. If the market was just a tad bit more bearish, it would have hit 7R. This was at 11, 16, 15. And 30-second length, 15-second. Yeah, break even's a win too, but also I took a loss. I wish I scaled. I wish I just trailed my stop like right here because I know like I know that like I was up a lot. I could have just trailed stop right there. I don't know. There are a lot of ways I could have taken this better. So anyway, this would have been 7.4R. Once again, not actually, because it only went in with 2 cons, because obviously it's just scary because it's a low time frame trade. But if I take it with 3 cons, it would have been, or 4 cons even, then it would have been if I took it with 4 cons, it would have been 8R. So, but I only took it with 2, but that's okay. So, okay. This was an absolutely beautiful trade. Exactly as I've been back testing for the last 7 months. And finally, I got to try one live. Dynamis is OP. The problem is, the problem was, it was a good trade. It was a good trade. A good trade. I should have taken. I should have trailed stop loss on at least 1 con to preserve profits, if not both. But other than that, or I should have taken a partial. But in all honesty, this was not a bad trade, and I am super proud of it. So that was my favorite trade of today. Then I took this one on the 2-minute, where, dude, it's making me go crazy, because at this point I was definitely over trading at this point, and this 2-minute inversion, it is not worth it from the RR it's giving. It's just not. The RR is probably like 2R, and I don't know. The RR is literally 1R, and it's just like it's entering in a discount relative to the accumulation. This was terrible. This was a terrible trade. Should not have taken it, and it ended up doing exactly what it should have done, which is completely wreck me. This 2-minute inversion here. Once again, it's just like it's entering in a discount relative to the accumulation, right? Thank you. I appreciate it. It's entering a discount. We're entering in like almost the lower quadrant of this accumulation. Like, we actually are entering in the lower quadrant. So a couple lessons here. First of all, this was not a great trade at all. A couple lessons here. I definitely was over trading at this point. I wanted previous week's low to get hit so bad, because I knew if it got hit, we would likely have a giant stop run, but we could not hit it, likely due to the previous week's low SMT that we have with ES. And this IFG inversed in the lower quadrant of the accumulation range relative to the bodies. To be honest, just really wanted to see previous week's low hit, because I knew I could pop in a trailing stop loss, but honestly wasn't worth taking, and I need to get better at calling it a day after 4 or so break evens, ideally less, because obviously my mindset was becoming worse. But anyway, it does kind of make sense. Like I do think if we had taken previous week's low here, if we had taken it, then we probably would have accelerated like crazy. We probably would have gone crazy fast lower. And, well, it was a reason to want to take the trade, but that doesn't mean that I should have. I actually wonder if the 5 minute inversed. It could have worked, but it was just over trading. It's okay. Just delivering from the new week opening gap. It's okay. That's why I do like lower time frame trades sometimes, because then I can get super good RR on them. But whatever. It's 11:20. IPG on the 2 minute. Live. The other trade I took was the 1 minute inversion. Whoops. I hate how I have to journal so many of these trades. It's a lot. Minute. Okay, let's journal this one. So, same thing. High resistant liquidity. This time, I think SMT was still with this high, and it was a Phoenix model, type B. Or not? Was it with this high? Yeah, it was with this high. So YM, high resistant liquidity, into the rejection block. You know, a better trade, a much better trade would have been if I could have got in on a change of state of delivery off the rejection block. Been a lot better, honestly. So here you can see the rejection block. My conviction came a lot from the rejection block being used, because obviously this is, I can tell this is going to be Phoenix model right here. So a lot of my conviction did come from that. And you can just tell it's high resistant, where we might have even souped true open. I don't remember. But anyway, what session you trade at? What do you mean? I trade New York session. I trade 8:30 to 11:10 Eastern. I wonder if there was a whale. There might have been. Oh, bro, I actually marked the wrong move higher as a... Dang, I marked the wrong move higher as the whale. Whatever, I don't care. The whale was actually over here. Dang, dude, this would have been an amazing trade. Wow. I can't believe I didn't see this. Wow. Phoenix model using this rejection block on the 1 minute. Right? Phoenix type B. What session you trade at? Okay, see ya. Bye. Okay, sounds good. See ya. Sounds good, bro. Yeah, what I'm realizing sounds good. What I'm realizing, guys, is this is a very valuable lesson actually. This whale spot 44 cons into the rejection block. We know this is Phoenix, right? So, boom, Phoenix type B. First, I'm going to mark that out. By the way, filling the new week opening gap. Let's get rid of it, though. I don't really want it there. But it's actually very important to really figure out where are you entering relative to the accumulation, actually. It's very important. So 11 o'clock, we get the Phoenix model on the 2 minute, on the 1 minute. And what I'm looking at is there's just a really obvious change in state of delivery off of this. See ya means I will see you if you come back for whenever I stream next. So it's all up to you. I stream every day, 8:30 to 11:10 Eastern. And then I do backtesting streams all the time at night. Wow, this was so beautiful. All this is void. So, the real trade, the real opportunity for a trade was understanding this rejection block was here and that this whale market bot right here. And then getting in on this change in state of delivery right here. Okay. Yeah, I'll probably backtest tonight or tomorrow. I don't know. Yeah, here was the real opportunity, guys. You see how like precise this was? 5-second change in state off of the 1 minute Phoenix. Off the 1 minute rejection block. And I'd go stop loss above the high of whatever this is. And then all this is low resistance. Boom. Right? And then honestly, you could take profit at the end of the LRLR. That's pretty reasonable. I would take profit at the end of the LRLR here, right? What kind of question is that, bro? Oh my. And then I'd take profit at the end of it right here. Exactly like that. So, should have been looking for a lower time frame trade here. It's all good though. And it's all because I overtraded, huh? Dang it. Yeah, you can totally see the logic behind this trade here. You could have even had stop loss at swing high, and then that'd be even better RR. It's crazy. But I would have stop loss here, just in case it souped it. And then all of this is void. But instead, I took the inversion and discount. What was I thinking? Right at 11:02, which is a 369 time. Flow state, 1 minute rejection block line with a 5-second change in state. Yeah, so the trade I took was this, or was I thinking, oh yeah, I was thinking, I wanted to look at the 1 minute. Anyway, back to what I was looking at. Right, this is the trade where the 1 minute inverse, we got the whale that market bought right there into the rejection block, and then inversion right here, and then good signature on the inversion, but entries, it's not right. It's in discount. It's in discount relative to the accumulation. Anyway, I gotta work on that. But there were reasons to like it. It's okay. I'm honestly getting kind of tired though. On the 1 minute. So break even probably would have been like 2R. Would I give this post trade approval? Well, I liked that it was a 1 minute change in state off the new week opening gap. I would not take it again because it's just there's clearly a gap here and it's not ready to go around liquidity yet, but yeah, I would not give it. I would not take it again. Whoops. In the last trade, I don't know, bro. Probably been like 1 point. It probably been like 1 hour. This was not my favorite trade in the world. This is probably one of the worst trades I've ever taken. And yeah, uh, that wraps up all that. I need to still journal Thursday's trade. It's all good. Okay, I'll just click the X. Oh. I'm trying. All right, I'll finish this later. But I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you guys so much.